Let me know how the sound is. I'm trying out my new mic. I don't want it to be too loud. Um, trying out my new headset with my mic, and it looks like it's really, really loud. Let me turn it down. Hey, Story 9. Hey, Outlaw Trucker. Let me know how the sound is. Can y'all hear me? It's breaking up a little. Okay. It might be the weather. Is that better? I'm cutting out and staticky. Let me go to settings. Oh, Jesus. How's that? Yep, I'm fine now. Hi, Alan. Okay, guys. Okay. Um, talk more. No, you are fine now. Good. I love this new headset and this mic. It's all one piece. I'm gonna play a quick intro from none other than Hey Clemson girl, it's so good to see you. Haven't seen you for a minute. None other than our T Kelly because I believe it's fitting for tonight. But I got some tea for y'all. I got some things I need to clarify over my live the other night. I was a little not happy. I was told no, wasn't VADA on that phone call. It was, and VADA admits it was. But I also got some tea that I want to show you. Maybe this will help people. You'll see when I play it. But first, I want to play this great intro that none other than T. Kelly made. That girl is so talented. Probably would help if I'd share the damn screen first, huh? Yeah, see, that's what happens when I stay up past my bedtime.
Arrived to the dark circus. The circus where clowns never smile. Your darkest nightmares will come to life. You have an everlasting experience of horror, fear, and evil. Step inside and understand the spooks gone insanely frightening.
And I'm tell you, what the police is gonna try to expose stuff about me. Just because something's the truth doesn't mean you have to say it. Some things can be kept private. Let's talk about Molly. That's all I ever want to talk about is Molly, 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 Molly. Oh, Molly, I miss you.
The man, boys in the
The other night, I did it. I thank you, T. Kelly, for that great intro. It describes Tata to a T. But oh, thanks, Clemson girl. Yeah, I needed to get a headset and a mic badly, and I got one, and let me tell you something. I have no luck buying electronics, tech stuff. I got this headset. It wouldn't work. The mic wouldn't work. So I get on the phone with Windows Tech Support because I did everything that you could do on this computer to add it. They told me I needed a splitter, and I'm thinking, nah, I specifically made sure I didn't. But then I get a splitter. Still spent 2 hours on last night with tech support. They actually wiped this system clean, reinstalled Windows, everything. Still nothing. 2 hours of a headache. So I gave up, closed it down. I was done. Oh, thanks, Stargazer's mom. So then this morning I decide, well, you know what? I'm going to figure this out. I don't need no damn tech support. So I take the splitter off and the other splitter off, and I plug it directly into the iPad. Had no problem with the mic. So then I figure, you know what? They told me not to just plug it right in. I plugged it right in. Works like a charm. They didn't know what the hell they was talking about either. So see, I'm not the only dummy about this stuff. But the other night, I did a long live. I first started out, I was only going to do a short one about that dude from the subway being charged with manslaughter. But then we decided to watch Justin's live about Dre and Marvon. And that's why this is a put together quick live here. They had a lot to say. And I said in that recorded call that they played that it was VADA. But I was told that it wasn't VADA, so I posted that it may not have been VADA. It could have been this one, that one, this one. But what I didn't even realize is during that live, she admitted that it was her, that she made that call. But that's not even all. That's nothing compared to what I got. I'm going to play just a little bit of that live because then I'm going to play for you some info. You take it the way you want it, but you're going to hear it's legit info, and the things that they're saying, either they're lying about who they called, they misspoke on who they called, or they're just outright lying. Because I'm going to show you that they're full of shit. Let me go back to YouTube because I want to do this live here. Just give me a second to bring it up. I hate to give them the view, but you know what? If it means that they can't do this, which I don't think there needs to be proof that they're lying, but just in case. And I am going to take that post down that I put up on my community tab because right here, VADA herself admits that she was in this call. Wait a minute. I don't want to do the whole live again. It was too much. I just want to prove that I'm not crazy. Okay, he did it right at the beginning of the live. Wait a minute. Okay, now I want you to listen. I'm going to share it. And I want you to listen very closely on everything they say. Come on, stop sharing. Okay. Because I think I can let you hear something. Hey, Villanova. Different, but oh, yeah, piece of crap. No, that's not what I wanted. I don't want it in my player. Oh, goes right to my player, my media player, where I don't want it. You know, and then Justin puts out that misinformation again about that poor baby, Summer Wells. He knows damn well that picture has been out since.
We spoke with Michael. We spoke with Frank.
Wait a minute. Now I'm going to back this up, and I want you to hear this.
And so we decided to ask the man if it was okay if we record just that way we could
Now, you heard her say we, but when I said that that was VADA on that phone call, I was told it was not VADA in my chat. Here she is admitting, and I'm going to back it up a little bit. Here she is admitting that it is her, and they never said, they never played anything about the guy agreeing to being recorded either, by the way. But
The thing that we have the answer now that we know Vaughn is no longer here. Then she told the people who have been praying for Vaughn. This is 6 weeks. 6 weeks Vaughn has been deceased. Go ahead, Vane, and talk about all of that.
So we were lost on, before Pastor and Marissa called me, she had said, he has passed away, and then I spoke to the family, and they said the same, but I'm going to trust what they say. And either way, Justin had done a 3-way call with them and verified so. But, just being a reporter myself, not really, I'm not a reporter, just, someone just trying to verify. We contacted and we confirmed it with the medical examiner. We confirmed it with the
now, did you all hear her? She said we. She said she was on. She called. So I thought that was her on that call, and she's here sitting saying it herself that it was her. And no, honey, you're not a reporter. But the reason I'm replaying this is to get you to where I'm going with what I have.
We contacted the police department. We contacted, what was the last place? Oh, place about the death certificate. Yeah.
Medical examiner, coroner, nurse, what else?
Coroner.
Yeah.
And so we decided to ask the man if it was okay if we recorded it, just that way we could prove it and verify that we've done all we can to make sure that we're dead set on this, and he was fine with that, and so we did so.
All right. All right. I'm going to play this for you. I'm going to have to mute out.
Now, just listen carefully to what they say here. And again, there's VADA saying she made that call. She was on that call. They did this together. And this gentleman knew he was being recorded. But yet we don't hear that part of it. But just keep listening because I got some tea.
Name? I can't hear.
I was trying to take off my camera for a second so I could take a bite, and then I was like, well, what's wrong with my camera? And I realized, I'm like, okay.
All right. Let me find it here.
Oh, and guys, do me a favor. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. But hitting that like button would really help. But I could use the subs too, not going to lie. But yeah, let's get back into it. I couldn't even do my thumbnail because I didn't put it in when I set it up and was restream. You have to wait till you're over. But anyway.
Okay. So do y'all have an obituary?
Who am I speaking with? This is Frank.
Frank. I thought your name was Frank.
No, Michael is, Michael's the other employee here. I manage the facility here, but I can leave a message for you if you want to talk to Mike, and answers will probably be the same.
No, I just want to speak with you. So you said that he was disposed of, meaning that y'all don't have him in your crematory anymore.
No. I didn't say he was cremated.
No, but
So
you said y'all don't have him anymore.
Correct. That is correct.
we've spoken to the medical.
Now, did you pay attention to the name they gave you? They said Frank. Okay. Just keep listening. You're going to hear what Justin has to say.
So that's why I'm calling you. That doesn't mean he's cremated. That just means that y'all no longer have him.
That's correct.
Okay. Do you know if there will be an autopsy done?
I don't.
You don't know that. Okay. Has anyone claimed his body?
I've been speaking with Andrea's wife, yes.
Okay. So
Now, y'all remember, they've been telling people that she left him unclaimed. She left him unclaimed, is what they've been telling people. They've been putting it everywhere. That's not true either. Hey, Laugh at Light, thanks for coming in. Hey, Hope, good to see you. Hey, Outlaw, I think I did catch you. All right, let's get back into this.
you've spoken with his dad and his mom.
Spoken with his father a number of times, but as I mentioned to him, Marvin as well, he has no really no right to any of the information. You have to handle it all through his wife.
But it's been over a month since she even come forth with me.
Well, we're still working with her, and it's been completed, so.
Did you hear what VADA said? That it's been over a month since she came forth for him. Nope. I'll play it.
I don't know where else I go from here. If you want to call and speak with Andrea directly, you're welcome to.
Okay,
I relate the message.
Okay. So we're going to go through this. I'm going to play it again, and we're going to go through all of it, kind of one by one, so we can.
Justin, you're muted.
Sure. So the man's name is Frank. That's the medical examiner.
Okay. For some reason, he's muted because you guys can hear me fine, right? So that's him. All right.
No, Michael is my employee here. I manage the facility here.
We spoke with Michael. We spoke with Frank, and I think a gentleman named Travis.
What happened to the sound?
If you want to talk to Mike, his answers will probably be the same.
No, I just want to say was just supposed to mean that y'all don't have him in your
What am I speaking with? Yeah, this is Frank.
Frank. I thought you said your name was
Yeah.
Frank.
No, well, Michael's the employee here. I manage the facility here, but I can leave a message for you if you want to talk to Mike. His answers will probably be the same.
Okay.
You said
I'm gonna back.
Only Drake answered this.
I'm gonna back this up because there was something wrong with his sound, and I got it now. Okay.
Yeah. This is Frank.
Frank. I thought you said your name was
Yeah.
Frank.
No, Michael's the other employee here. I manage the facility here, but I can leave a message for you if you want to talk to Mike. His answers will probably be the same.
No, I just want to think that you said that he was disposed of, meaning that y'all don't have him in your crematory anymore.
No. I didn't say he was cremated.
No, but
So,
y'all don't have him.
Yeah. Correct. That is correct.
And we've spoken to the medical examiner's office, so that's why I was calling you. So that doesn't mean he's cremated. That just means that y'all no longer have him.
That's correct.
Okay. Do you know if there will be an autopsy done?
I don't.
You don't know that. Okay.
I do not.
Has anyone claimed his body?
I'm just speaking with Andrea's wife. Yes. Okay, so have you spoken with his dad and his mom?
I've spoken with her father a number of times, but as I mentioned to him, Marvin as well, he has no legal right to any of the information. I have to handle it all for his wife.
You guys can't hear it? It's breaking up. Yeah, it's been choppy. Let me go back out. Let me try it again.
But it's been over a month since she even come forth with him.
We're still working with her, and it's been completed. So I don't know where else I go from here. Except if you want to call and speak with Andrea directly, you're welcome to.
Okay.
I relay the message.
How's it playing now? Is it better? Can you hear it? The video sounds very choppy. You know what? I'll start sharing. I'll go back out and reload it. I'll close it out. I'll go back out and reload it because I want you to hear this. Now, but you all did hear VADA saying that she was on the call. She did the call. Okay. But I'm going to reload it, which, God, it's going to give him another view, but okay. Oh, I hate that. Come on now. What the heck? No. All right. I'm going to reload the video and see if that'll work. Because I want you guys to hear this. It's important that you hear it.
So we're going to go through this. I'm going to play it again, and we're going to go through all of it, kind of one by one, so they can understand it. Make sure. So the man's name is Frank. That's the medical examiner.
Michael's the employee here. I manage the facility here. But
We spoke with Michael. We spoke with Frank, and I think a gentleman named Travis.
I can leave a message for
Okay, now did you guys hear Justin say that that was the medical examiner's office and that was Frank, and Frank runs the office? Did y'all hear that? Still choppy? No, not you, Smiles. Not you at all. But did you guys, were you able to hear that he said they were talking to the medical examiner's office to Frank, who runs the office? Okay.
you to talk to my presenters will probably be the same.
No, I just want to speak with you. So you said that he was disposed of, meaning that you don't have him in your crematory anymore.
No.
Okay, so he is not in the medical examiner's facility anymore.
I didn't say he was cremated.
No, but
No,
it's just y'all don't have him
yeah.
And we don't know if he's been cremated or not. That's not information they can give us. That's something Dre will have to give.
Correct. That is correct.
And we spoke to the medical examiner's office, so
Okay, so this must be the coroner. This was the coroner phone.
No. You just said it was the medical examiner. And let me tell you something, Justin. Excuse me. The coroner and the medical examiner office are the same. But anyway, okay. You get the gist of that, right? Now, I want to play something for you. First, I have to mute because I have to cough. Sorry, my allergies are killing me tonight. XX Beautiful Beast. Oh, that's a cool name. The medical examiner's office would nothing to do with burial cremation. Sorry, in Arizona they wouldn't tell you any of this. Yeah, Helen, they would. Um, Hi, Phoenix. Thanks for coming in. Now, I'm gonna play you something. I could have gotten a lot of information today, more than I could have had it confirmed and denied, or confirmed either way about Marwan. But that is not why I did this. I didn't ask that question. I didn't even say names for a reason because I don't feel yeah, allergies are bad. Laugh at life today. I didn't feel it was my place to ask. I was making this call because they're the ones claiming that they talked to Frank at the medical examiner's office, and that is what Justin said, and that he runs the office. But I want you to hear something. And I hope it comes through. I turned the volume up as loud as I could on this. Oh, be nice if I turn my speaker on. Sorry you got to go through all this, but I didn't even have time to edit this, and I really didn't want to because I wanted it to be as real. That's the rain you hear.
Thank you for calling the Pima County Office of the Medical Examiner. Please listen closely as our menu options have recently changed. For law enforcement or hospital personnel reporting a new death, please press 1. To speak with an investigator about an existing case, please press 2. For autopsy reports or records requests, please press 3. All other calls, please press 0, and an operator will be right with you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to. I have a couple questions I was wondering if you could help me with. Is there a Frank available I could speak with? Pardon me? Oh, hold on a minute. I can barely hear you. Let me turn my volume up. I'm sorry. What did you say, ma'am?
I said, we don't have a Frank.
You don't have a Frank at the medical examiner's office. Okay. No. I have another question for you. Could someone just call you on the phone and get confirmation of someone passing away?
Yes, they can.
They can get confirmation over the phone even if they're just some random stranger.
Yes, our office, everything in our office is a matter of public record.
Okay, but there is no Frank that is the manager of the medical examiner's office, or Michael,
no Frank.
A Michael or a Travis.
We have a Travis, not a Travis.
Okay, all right. And I have another question for you. If someone was in the hospital with a brain injury from attempted to unalive himself, and he passed away, would the medical examiner's office hold on to the remains for 6 weeks?
We don't hold on to the remains. What would happen is we would conduct our autopsy. Once the autopsy is completed, the body is ready for release to a funeral home, so the family would have to make arrangements with the funeral home.
Okay, and what if the remains were unclaimed?
If they go unclaimed, they get cremated and they get put into the columbarium.
Okay, so would an autopsy be necessary, or would the family have to request that? He's been long-term care. It's been over a year. It was over a year ago that the attempt was made.
It depends. Every case is different, so they would have to be how it's reported to us.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you very much for your help.
You're welcome.
You have a good day.
You too.
Were you guys able to hear any of that? So I could have asked her if he did pass away, but I didn't. I just wanted to know if there was a Frank that is the manager or runs the office at the medical examiner's office, like Justin said, and there is no Frank there. There is no Michael. There is no Travis. I don't know. Hey, Revival. I couldn't ask the question because that's not for me to put out there. And she would have answered me. Either way, she would have answered me because she said it's public record and they would answer anybody that calls in. I don't know who they were calling. I don't know who they were talking to. But I do know that at the medical examiners, there is no Frank, there is no Michael, and there is no Travis. So I just wanted to. And VADA admits that she was on the call. And it does, if you listen to it, it does sound like her. Thanks, Revival. I appreciate that. Yeah. The dude's name is Travis, and he's a cleaner. He's not. And they would do the autopsy, and then they have a policy. They don't hold on to remains. And it wouldn't take 6 weeks to set up a cremation. I'm sorry. I've been there, done that with my own child. So I know it doesn't. And I know that as soon as the autopsy was done, my son was picked up by the funeral home within days. I mean, like 72 hours. My mother, you know, my husband's father, his mother, and with his mother, there had to be an autopsy because of her injury, and also working in the medical field. So I'm not sure who they called. All I know is Justin stating it was the medical examiners isn't true. And these people don't work there. I don't know if they would call it a funeral home. I don't know. Knew it. They set it up. I was on Dre's supporter group. Someone tried to ask about Vaughn. One of her mods said, don't ask. If you know, you know. Dre didn't post on any page from the 7th to the 13th. So who were they talking to? I mean, clearly, once again, we can't trust these clowns. I didn't trust them in the first place. That's why I made the call. But like I said, I could have asked her, and she would have answered me. She told you. I mean, she told me right in the phone call that she would. It's public record. But I just didn't feel that it was my place. I wasn't calling for that reason. I was calling because of what they were doing. And damn it, somebody's got to stand up for Dre and Marvon. Someone's got to give them some peace. They claim they spoke to Frank, who was in charge at the medical examiner. He mentions a Michael, then he calls Vaughn's wife Andrea, not Mrs. McCrae. He says Marvon, not Mr. McCrae. And also, when I did my own research, I did find a Marvin. It's Marvin McCrae, MCCREA, that did pass away. I don't know. You guys, you make up your own minds. I just wanted to let you know what I did find out because of all the misinformation going on with these idiots. And I got to upload my thumbnail because with Restream, once you schedule it, you can't go in and add your thumbnail, and I didn't know that. But, yeah. I want them to stop. I want them to leave that woman alone. I want them to leave that family alone. But it's not going to happen. In fact, yeah, my son was cremated rather fast. So was my mom. So was my husband's mother. You know, we had a one time viewing, and then he was done. Yeah, yeah. Um, like I said, I don't know who they were talking to, but you can bet tomorrow I'm going to be making some more phone calls because I don't want them to come up and say, "Oh, we didn't say medical examiner." Yes, he did say medical examiner. So I just want the misinformation to stop. And people are going for Dre hard. And I've been watching her videos, and every time she posts something, there's people in the comments saying some things to her, you know, about all this. And they're believing these guys. And the only thing, like I said, Dre did put out was that it was insensitive to ask her. And what if he had? It doesn't answer it, but it's what she put out. And yeah, there was a couple days there she didn't post, but that's okay. She doesn't have to post every day. And maybe that's why they took the opportunity to use those dates, because I think she went somewhere with their kids because she was showing things that they did together. So just because you don't post for a day or two or three doesn't mean anything. Maybe she just needed a break. Maybe she was doing stuff with her children, unlike some of these people would do. But they used that and spun it. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. This again is all my opinion. It is covered under fair use, which my banner says. My ticker there says. My hubby passed on Easter. I had his ashes within 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. For cremation here, it's 4 days for autopsy and cremation. Yeah, my son was done rather quick. My dad went straight from the hospital to the funeral home because of the cause of death was no. Yeah. My husband's father as well. Yeah. The only reason why there was an autopsy with my mother-in-law, my husband's mother, is because she fell and sustained a head injury. And my father-in-law wanted an autopsy. Um, yeah, your grandfather took 4 weeks, yeah, because there was a delay from the state processing and signing off on his death certificate. Yeah, that's sad. She did, that could be, she did say she was spending a lot of time doing things. Yeah, Stargazer's mom, she has a family. Just because she doesn't post for a couple days doesn't mean, that doesn't mean anything. But they've turned it around like they always do to make it seem like it's more than it really is. And honestly, it's sad how we hide death and things are done so fast, in my opinion. Yeah. Please be sure to. Thanks, Starry Night. At the end of the day, Dre is still a mom. She has 3 minor children, and she actually does stuff with her family. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Phoenix. Now, my dad had an autopsy, and it took some time because of the circumstances of his death. Yeah. My sister, um, how can I get into this without getting into this? She was in a very bad marriage. I'll be honest, he was a son of a bitch. And I never, I talked to her that night, and she lived in California, and it was around 6 our time, maybe 8, no, maybe 8, because she would call me to get um, the info on a show we were watching, so she could bet her kids and win and get, because I played here first before it did for her. But she was fine. She was doing supper dishes, but she was like thrilled because, you know, 20, 25 years together, and this idiot never once brought her home anything, you know. And she was finally getting ready to get away after all those years, finally. And he knew, he found out. But yeah, by 6 o'clock in the morning, I got a phone call. My sister was gone. The son of a bitch worked for the coroner's office. He went around picking up bodies. So he just had the boys help load her in the van, dropped her off at the hospital, and left. Never did no paperwork, just left. But they did an autopsy. And yeah, needless to say, he got double indemnity on both insurance policies that she knew nothing about. But anyway, had his girlfriend at her funeral, and it was crazy. Um, he got away with it. He got away with it. But even in that case, it took a little longer for the autopsy. But they went ahead because it takes, it takes weeks to get toxicology back. So they went ahead and release her and stuff. Most are not like Molly, who streams multiple times a day for hours. Yeah, I can't. I got little kids. I got a house. I got a dog, a cat, a husband. I got a life. I got to mute a minute. I got a cough. Okay. Sorry, guys. My allergies are killing me. That's all right, Helen. It sucked because I lost two of my sisters within 6 weeks. My sister Debbie died, and then my sister in California. It sucked. Yeah. Well, someday every dog has their day, and his day will come. He's suffering from sickle cell, and the hoe bag he was cheating on her with and brought to her funeral, he married right away as soon as the funeral was over. Her and her mother took all the insurance money, and he's getting what he deserves, but not enough. And the sick part is the son of a bitch was told not to send no videos or pictures to my mother. What the frick did he do? Send a freaking video with him and his freaking girlfriend at my sister's. Yeah. My ex died and they did an autopsy and toxicology at the funeral home and he was cremated before everything was back. Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, my son was too. I didn't get the final coroner's report till 6 weeks after because they check everything. Being that he was only 23 and stuff. My cousin was murdered by a cop and he got away with a triple murder when he killed her. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Helen. You would think that since Molly's mother just passed, she would know the routine of hospital to crematorium. Yeah. Molly only looks at it, she's looking for attention. She is trying to weasel her way back into YouTube. But what she doesn't realize is these videos are all being reported because people are reporting them because she's not to be on panels. She's not to have access to her channel. Once you're terminated, you're terminated. You're not allowed to have a YouTube channel or access through a YouTube channel. It's YouTube sent me a thing telling me that, and they posted it on Twitter. They always get theirs. We just may not get to see it. Yeah. Deep breaths. Yeah. You would think Spanky would know he works for a funeral home. Exactly. That's what I mean. This was so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Because that man does work for a funeral home. And maybe they should rethink his job. I don't know. And I don't believe they have a nurse that's giving them details either. Because I just don't. This is supposedly a nurse from a place wasn't even at, so she would have no details anyway. She wouldn't have access to the nursing records, to the chart, to know what's going on. Yeah, because they are not mourning. Yeah. Molly wasn't that involved. I'm sure her sister handled all that. She just showed up drugged up to the funeral an hour late. Yeah. Yeah, she didn't handle anything. All they're trying to do is get that house out from underneath their stepfather, and that's insane. They were married a very long time. That's his home as well. But again, that's just my opinion. But I kind of expected that. Anyone ever watched Catherine Doherty? I definitely spelled that wrong. That's all right. No, who is she? Is it something worth watching? I'm always looking for something to watch. That nurse would lose her job. Let me tell you, yeah, you're right. I'll tell you what. If we would have ever, and I worked in the medical field for years, you didn't speak. And this was before all these HIPAA laws are so strict now. You still didn't speak. Yes, Kathy, that pisses me off. He loved her mother. Yeah. Also, they said his nurse said this nurse had. Yeah. Hi, Marlene. Um, like I said, I could have asked and she would have answered, but I just didn't feel it was my place. That wasn't the reason for my call. And you can bet tomorrow I'll be making another call to find out if there is a coroner's office as well. Because usually they're in the same building, they're the same. I thought she did that. Last I heard, they were putting it under a LLC or something. Hopefully that didn't go through. Oh. She is a mortician and funeral home owner. Oh. Oh, okay. Does she have a channel? Or a show? Something? Yeah. And that's why I'm trying to find as much information as possible to shut these people down. I mean, I know a lot of us know better than to believe the crap they spew, but the people they rile up, the people that follow them, don't. And they believe everything they say. And for them to sit there and say the things that they have said, if she wasn't allowed to visit him without being supervised and only 30 minutes twice a day, they wouldn't even have that information, even if it was true, which I don't believe it's true. I think this is another grip for money because right away they went to, we need a lawyer, we need a lawyer. What the hell do you need a lawyer for? If he did pass, what do you need a lawyer for? You're not entitled to anything. You have no rights to anything, and you damn sure will never get his son. Because Dre's kids are happy, healthy, and thriving. And that's not a put on. You can't put it on with kids. Kids have no filters, especially the little one. He's a little doll. But them kids are doing fantastic. I mean, look at how they cook. And they love it. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with trying to teach them right from wrong or to teach them to be self-sufficient. And they're making a big deal out of, oh, she wouldn't give him a drink of water. He's old enough to get his own drink of water. Okay? And mommy's working. That's her work. Coroner and medical examiner are one and the same. Same definition for both words. Exactly. But, I'm going to do whatever I can to keep proving them wrong. And Justin said it was the medical examiner's office. So who the hell were they really talking to? And you heard the lady from the medical examiner's office. They wouldn't hold on to the remains. After the autopsy, if it is not claimed, they proceed to cremation and put them in a vault. Yeah. Dre was going off about all the lies these clowns have been saying, so she knows what's being said. She said also she ain't letting them run her off again. I hope she don't. I hope she don't. She has some loyal supporters that I do know that will have her back and protect her. We all know Molly has never jumped up to get her son anything. Yeah, to say that's what cracks me up. You're gonna sit there and say something about a woman because she didn't drop everything she was and put a piece of pizza in the frickin' microwave oven, or jump up and get him another glass of water. He's capable of getting some water himself. You know that when you can't even leave the house to go to your son's games, your own words, Molly. I'm not trying to slam your parenting. I'm using your own words. You even said you couldn't go to his games or nothing because you couldn't leave the dog alone for an hour or two. Get that? Are you go on vacation without your family? But you're mother of the year? No. No. And she's back on D Live, I understand too. I guess Kick isn't enough for her because she's not getting her viewers over there because not a lot of her subs followed her. Hey, DBS. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. I think it's all computer software generated phone call. It could be. It could be. But I played for you. I didn't hide the phone call. I didn't even edit out all the ringing and stuff. I didn't want to touch it because I didn't want them to say, oh, well, you edited that. That's not who it was. I didn't want to touch it. So that's why y'all had to listen to all that and listen to the rain. Could have been Potato Head's hubby. Could have been. Well, fake subs can't follow. True, Helen. That just, that even proves, but, Molly's numbers never added up to me, for me anyway. You have 80K plus subs, and I'm sorry, but if you have 80K plus subs, you should be getting 8 to 10,000 views. You should be getting a couple thousand people in chat. And numbers just never added up. And she would get views when she would do the drama, which that's really all she did, and lie and attack poor Dre and anybody else she could. Oh, I played it at the beginning. You want? I'll be glad to play it again. Or you could just go. You can just back up on the live and speed it up. But it's them. I played them playing their call, saying who they were talking to, and VADA admitting it was her. And then I played the call where the people they're talking about aren't at the medical examiner's office. Marlene, it's at the beginning of this live. All you got to do is back it up, and you can even speed it up in the settings so that you catch up. Even in Patreon, she's only getting about 6 comments on average, and always the same 6 people. Yeah. I think she's lost Patreons too. But, I mean, that's, even for Molly, though Molly doesn't have any emotion, I don't think, it's still got to suck that you're over on Kick and the same people got to keep gifting memberships to people that aren't even there just so you have subscribers, and you get 50 to 100 people when you had how many? Okay, Marlene. I went to his page and watched it. Oh, you did? Oh, he's narcissists don't really feel emotions. You're right. And then for him to come out and do a whole live yet again on grifting off the Wells story on that little baby, saying that this picture's new, and no, you idiot, that picture's been out since what, 2021? There's nothing new about it. But Menace even listened to this, and he listened to the call, and even he said, in his opinion, that's VADA. And I started doubting myself because, it could have been Wynetta, it could have been VADA, it could have been, but VADA herself admits that She was on the call. She did the call. Told the gentleman she was recording it, but yet they didn't play that part for us. Nothing was said that he was aware he was being recorded. Um, yeah, he is just sick, just a wild person. Yeah, 1000%. I mean, you want to do true crime, do it, but do it right. Don't put out a bunch of lies and don't attack the victims and their families. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what happened. And until you do, zip it. But that's just my opinion. I honestly don't know what happened. I have my own thoughts, but that's just my own thoughts. That's not fact. So I'm not going to put it out there. Yep, clearly heard her say she made all the calls. Yeah. But, when I did this live the other night, I was told differently. And I put up a post in my community tab saying that it may not have been her, that it could have been this one or that one. But she confirms it was her. So I'm going to take that post down. And that's one thing I'm going to try to do with everything in my power on here. And I'm going to get things wrong. I'm human. But I'll own it. If I get something wrong, I'm going to come right back on here and I'm going to own it. Just like what Justin's saying about 9 kids between Dawn and Candace. I have searched, and of course that was said in my chat, I have searched high and low. I have asked bigger creators that have been on this story from the jump, that actually have talked to them too. And no one knows anything about it. Other than Molly starting this rumor with Justin, Molly saying how Candace didn't like girls. And that's who started the rumor. I can't find anything about that. I have checked every news report, every article I could find, any interviews I could find. And the only people that are saying that are these 2 idiots. Oh, I do too. I hope Dre does decide to sue the crap out of them. But I don't know. There is something wrong with a person who enlarges and zooms in a deceased girl in the back of her car. Yeah, that was so messed up. That was so messed up. I'm sorry, but if that had been my situation, Justin would have been hearing from my attorney. That's just me though. The only way to stop them from grifting off these cases is if they get shut down. Unfortunately, be it legally, however, but they're going to hit the wrong family who's going to say, I've had enough. I'm done. Let's stop. This has got to stop. It's going to happen. Providing they can get through watching Justin. Because, oh my Lord, it takes that man forever to get to a point, if he ever does get to a point. She also said she was having a full security system installed and she probably wouldn't stream while that was going on. Oh yeah, I wouldn't either. I don't blame her. And who cares if she did or didn't stream? She doesn't have to stream every day. There's no law that says, oh my God, you didn't stream today, you're up to something, you're hiding something. Yeah. No. And honestly, she was posting within days of that, and the love they have for each other, the love she has for Marvon, I just can't see Dre just like nothing happened. I just can't. I can't see it. She fights for that man endlessly to get the best she can get for him. And I just can't see that she would just act like nothing happened. And kids have no filter. Things slip. Roz is young. So sad that she has to do that. Yeah. Yeah. She would be a mess. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think she'd be able to get on there and do a video doing makeup and stuff, or, you know, a shopping, showing her shopping at Sprouts or anywhere. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just my opinion. I just don't see it. And I just want the misinformation and honestly, the outright lies about her and her family to stop. And to stop the harassment of her. Let her alone. Let her and her children be safe, feel safe, and just live their lives. So what if she says they're living their best lives? So freaking what? She's entitled to. It's not going to stop with them. No, outlaw, it's not. Yep, my daughter is 8 and would randomly tell people her daddy died. Yeah. Yeah. My 5-year-old, so would my 7.5-year-old. They have no filters. They're kids. And I would never ask them to lie. And I just can't see Joy doing that. I just can't, I don't see that. I know someone whose son was in a coma for 11 years on life support and his son died. He didn't get upset. He grieved when he went in the coma. Yeah, yeah. But Dre never gave up. She refused to accept anything other than that he was going to get better and he was going to wake up and everything was going to be good. She didn't see it any other way. As they should be. Vaughn wouldn't want them to all be sad all the time. No, he wouldn't. Fastest way to get the truth out is to ask a young kid to lie. Exactly. The kids are different, yeah. And unfortunately, I don't think this is going to stop. VADA was live again, and her and this, I don't know who this freaking Dizzle is, but let me tell you something. She has got a horrendous mouth on her. She's a Molly simp, of course, but they were going hard the other night. Was it last night? Yeah, it was bad. Nonsense, of course, going after nonsense and anybody else that says they're full of shit, don't know what they're talking about. Y'all hear that train? Of course, the trains are going to run now when my little boy's sleeping. He is a train fanatic. The way I see it, they celebrate Vaughn every single day. Yeah. And for Mr. Jackson to get on there and say the things he did, and then they wonder why there's no contact, because that's the things they've been doing to her all along. It just was a Molly attack dog replaced Amber. Yeah. Well, she was going hard on Vedas the other night. I think it was last night, maybe the night before. Uh, I'm going to find out though. Let me stop sharing. I don't want to play any more of that live because we went over it the other night and I showed you what I wanted to show you. I just needed that clip, that section to show you so you knew what the phone call was all about. But I don't know who Veda. Yeah, it was 22 hours ago, so it was yesterday. She was live with a Dizzle. And, oh, and then she did another stream, Updates Upon Us. Marvon Jr. plus family. And I guess that is when she got Mr. Jackson and Wynette to come on her channel. And they don't even know this girl. This is is one of the hardest things for me to get. They don't even know this girl. She came out of nowhere being a Molly simp. And they're going to give her, come on, Letitia don't even talk to Molly. And she's going to give Veda tax records from PayPal and Cash App and stuff. Get the. Are you freaking kidding me? Even if she did that, that just it speaks volumes to me. I mean, they don't know this VADA from Adam or Eve, but here they are. Just like they didn't know Molly. VADA is dumb. VADA needs to go and play with their own age group. Hey, Christina. It's totally unacceptable and truly shameful that Molly Golightly and Justin have inserted themselves into this tragedy. They should let Dre have dignity and privacy. It's just disgusting. I couldn't agree more. Christina, I couldn't agree more. And that's why when I made those calls today, I knew they would have answered if I asked because she told me she would. But I refused to ask. I didn't give names because it's not my place. I just wanted to prove that they were passing misinformation around. VADA is from Steve's crew, I believe. Yeah, she's in there with EKC and Steve. She's a cater. I don't understand why they go along with this. Why would you even put it out into the universe that he is gone? Yeah. Letitia uses these clowns till they no longer get her money. Yeah, you notice how quick she had no problem ghosting Molly? And I have it. Molly said before she got canned from a free app, by the way, that she didn't even have Letitia's new number. So all of a sudden they're calling her? Get out of here. Molly tells so many. You did the right thing, Kathy. Oh, thanks, Stargazer's mom. Molly tells so many lies she can't keep up with them. She needs to start writing them in a notebook. Adizzle was working hard for a pair of sunglasses from Molly. Well, maybe she can get Mallory's. That's all right, Alan. Don't worry about it. Hi, Marcy. I'm just now starting at the beginning. I've been visiting with family that I haven't seen for years. I'm so far behind on my viewing. It's okay. You'll catch up, Marcy. I hope you had a good visit. Family's always more important. VADA is another who needs to mind her own business. What a horror with no manners, dignity, or integrity. Ah, Christina, you're hitting a nail on the head. Molly put out her own mother was going to get sick and die within a year. She is vile. Yeah. Yeah, she is. Real vile. And, I don't understand what's taking her so long to get monetized. Because I was monetized within 13 hours and approved for memberships that fast. I don't understand well, yeah, I do understand. But, yeah. I mean, I thought it was going to take days at least. Hell, I had it all done I had everything back from YouTube, like I said, within 13 hours. It was crazy. I never expected it that fast. Yeah, what they've done, and then for the Jacksons to get on and say the stuff that they have said, and they have the nerve to don't understand why she would not contact them. Number one, when she did try to contact them, by their own words, they chose to ignore her for weeks. And then they continue the social media attacks. But wonder why she wouldn't reach out to you? uh, Sometimes I wonder if they're living in one of Charlie's alternate universes. And I'm sorry, but if I was Dre, I agree with her 1000%. I wouldn't, not after everything that they've done and continue to do. Absolutely not. His real mother, the one they don't talk about because it doesn't fit their narrative they put out, the woman that adopted him when he was a small child, he was like 18 months old, raised him, who he called mom. You can bet she knows everything. And that's what's important. And that's who his mother was. Just because you're biologically related doesn't make you a mom or a dad. Anybody can make a child. It's who raises, who loves, who supports, who's there for that child is the parent. Probably her foul mouth is stopping her monetization. It might be because she gets, hey, Brittany, I'm telling you, this live that she did with the Dizzle, oh, wow, the things they said. Y'all want to hear some of it? It's freaking crazy. You know, you know, she does, and how sick she must feel about what they are doing. Yeah. Yeah. And another thing is, up until up until even after Justin's live, Letitia had not posted anything. His sister posted a very small post. But now Letitia's put it all over. She's posting away. Brittany, I could have asked and I would have gotten the answer, but I didn't. I didn't because it's not my place, and that's not why I made the call. But no, I might have had a little tiny bit of respect for Wynette, but after that call, no, yeah, she didn't even know him. That's the thing. She didn't even know them. She didn't even know Vaughn. She didn't know his child, his children. She didn't. No, Dre hasn't said anything. The only, like I said, she put out that real short on Reels saying that it was an insensitive question that people were asking her, and all she said is, "What if he had?" And you're asking that, but I didn't think she did. But I was like, "Did I miss it?" Yeah. No, what I did is I wanted to confirm about who this Frank is that they are talking to on Justin's live. And they said it was from the medical examiner's office and that he ran the office. Well, that's not true. I called the medical examiner's office and I recorded it. There's no Frank, there's no Mike, and there's no Travis. So I don't know who they were talking to. I wonder if it's really Letitia. Yeah. I didn't think she did, but I was like, did I miss it? Yeah. No. To me, that says it all. What if he had? Yeah. I take that as meaning, well, it doesn't really matter what my opinion is on it, but yeah. I just really want them to leave that woman and them children alone. That's what I want. Let them live their life. Thank you, Christina. I respected that. I didn't think anything came out about it like it was confirmed, and it's really not our place either, but I wish they would stop using a man's mental health issues as content. I agree, Brittany. I so agree with you. And then blame her and Mr. Jackson to say those horrible things he did in that video, in that live, saying that it's, look at the body cam footage. It proves she did it. She didn't do anything. She did this. She did that. Dre didn't do this, and I'm sick and tired of them blaming her for this. This was his choice, his alone. In my opinion, I think he is still alive, and Dre is letting them go on, and will then make them look stupid. Yeah. I don't understand why no one is questioning the fact that Wynette asked about a lawyer contacting them or Vaughn's mom. Where is the original lawyers? Exactly, Smiles. I did. I asked. Of course, I didn't get answers. Not from them. But what was some of the first words out of Wynette's mouth? We need a lawyer. Mr. Jackson's, we need a lawyer. You know what? All they cared about was a probate attorney because they thought Vaughn won this big chunk of money in this this malpractice lawsuit. That's all they cared about. And that's Mr. Jackson pretty much said it too. Well, she's got all the money. She made all the money. She should have it. She's the one earning it. My son was 6. I'd wake up to kitchen sounds. He'd be in there using the microwave, heating up lasagna or spaghetti for breakfast with orange juice. Yuck, lots of laughs, but that's what he liked, and he could get it. Hey, you know what? He was eating. And that's what, I want my kids to know how to take care of themselves. I don't want them to be reliant on anybody. In this world, you can't be. And there's nothing wrong with a child getting their own drink of water. Or putting a piece of pizza in to nuke it. You're surprised you haven't been blocked? I hope YouTube kicks them all off. Yeah. It's crazy. Hey, you're back. Welcome back, Marlene. I always get ignored too. Smile. Yeah, I get ignored a lot. Well, I can't invade his chat. I've been blocked for a long time. I'm so blocked. And I guess I'm supposed to feel bad because she blocked me on Twitter. I didn't follow her on Twitter, so I don't care. Actually, she made my day. Let me mute a minute. I got a cough again. Oh, these allergies are killing me. Exactly. Children should be taught to be self-sufficient. How else will they ever become adults that can function in the real world? Yep. They are to be worried about pushing Dre. Yeah. I raised my 3 kids to take care of themselves. Yep. I taught both my boys to be self-reliant. My daughter as well. Yep. That's what I want these two. You got to stand on your own 2 feet and you got to work for what you want. Nothing's getting handed to you because that's just not how the real world works. And unfortunately, I've never won the big jackpot in the lottery to give them huge trust funds. But you never know. I could win the lottery. But they'd still have to know how to earn money. Letitia didn't care about Vaughn when he was a kid. She sure doesn't care about Razzus. She only ever seen him 15 minutes and she was allowed by Dre. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, Vaughn was lost in this a long time ago. It was all about the money and the views. And that's just my opinion. I knew it. It's all a bunch of freaking bull. Oh, you listened to it, Marlene? Yeah. I don't know who they were talking to, but they weren't talking to the medical examiner's office like Justin said. The sad thing is the freaking bio adults aren't even thinking about the kids. No, they're not. Not a bit. But we know they never had a lawyer. Yeah, we know that. But yeah, they want another one. Whatever happened to the one y'all had in the first place? Supposedly had that we never, nothing was ever done with. But yeah. So now you need another one? How many donations rolled in? Because Justin leaves, he has this, I call it a tinger, but every time he gets a PayPal or a Cash App or something, his phone tings. And it was tinging like crazy during that live. Just wondering. My husband totally respected my non-relationship with my mother. He never tried to push me to reconcile. Yeah. My son works his butt off and still needs help sometimes, and I do help him. However, if he just wanted to live off me, nope. Well, that's the difference, though. Your son is out there trying to make it. It's tough out there. It's expensive as hell. And that's what parents are for. But like you said, he's out there trying to make it on his own. And sometimes they need a little help. And There's nothing wrong with that. What else I think is strange is Mr. Jackson and Miss Bias never, ever, ever have mentioned how the entire tragedy has affected Vaughn's mother. Exactly. They don't talk about her because it doesn't fit the story they put out. They never talk about her. And that's his real mother. That's the woman, in Vaughn's own words, worked 3 jobs to raise him. Better than that, stupid, I think we have a super chat that he used to have. Ah, that's wonderful of your hubby story. The most don't understand. If I was right, I wouldn't say anything. Hey, Cash. Wow, you actually came into one of my lives. Wow. Is this nonsense on antiamphetamines? No, but I could use some of them. What are they? No, I know what they are. My son is staying here because he feels I am his problem. Breaks my heart, but he works every day and gives as much as possible. There you go. He's out there working. He's trying. That's a whole different. Don't get me wrong. I do lots of stuff to help my kids, but they know how to do it all themselves for when they need to. I don't want them to have to depend on anyone. Exactly, Smiles. Wow, Cash, I feel honored. You actually came into one of my lives. You got to hear the at the beginning though. You got to hear that phone call because I busted out Justin. Cash hides around. Lots of love, kitty. I mean, I got a long way to go with these guys, but and I'm a helicopter mom. I hate to say it, but I am only because of the situation and what they've came from. It's different than most. I'm almost 60, so having I'm sure you figured out that they're not my biological children. I mean, I couldn't have a 5 and a 7.5-year-old. That would be then I would be rich because yeah, that would be next to impossible. He is contributing, and that is the point. Yeah, it is. That's it. Don't forget to hit that like for me, please, and sub up. I don't know what's going on with subs anymore, and with YouTube that they're. I know they said they updated, but the updates made things worse. So maybe go back to what we had. I don't know. I taught my 3 children what Daddy told me. When you reach the age of 18, no one is obligated to provide for you. In the end, the only one who is going to take care of you is you. Yeah. I used to tease my son, you know, um, when you turn 18, your 18th birthday present's going to be a luggage set, packed with your stuff. But he went off to college, so yeah, I really admire that you have given those sweet babies a loving home and security. Their lives will be so much better for it. I hope so. When you reach 18, get the F out. Yeah, I gotta mute. I gotta cough. My son was had jobs from the time he was 11 years old. He had regular people that he had paper routes. He shoveled people's driveways and walkways, and he just always he was 14 working at a pizza shop. But I had to make him give something up because between hockey and football, and then doing the papers in the morning before hockey practice, and then happened to go to school and then football practice, and then he decided to do track and softball. He was just an all around jock. His goal was to letter in every sport, and he did. But I had to put my foot down because enough is enough. You're a kid, enjoy a little bit of life. You've earned it. Yeah, I need to hit my inhaler. I really do. It's in the house, and I don't feel like getting up to go get it. Did anyone see Razza the other day smile? And so, oh, we have a secret. And Dre smiled and hushed him, whispered something, but they were both grinning. I wonder if it was her finally getting Vaughn home. That could be, because there's no way it was. Yeah, he was so sweet and so smiling. As I don't think it was anything bad. Yeah, my nephews are like that. Yeah, I think. Yeah, my 5-year-old, his allergies are so bad, and we were maxing him out on Zyrtec and Flonase. And finally, the doctor gave me some prescription stuff, and the liquid he's got to take for 30 days, but the pills he's going to have to take because it's just he gets so bad. But I'm probably going to take some heat for that phone call. But I think I handled it very well, and I didn't give names, and I didn't ask for specific details about Marvon. I just wanted just general information. And it wasn't to do anything to Dre. It was to shut these three clowns down. Yeah, and Hellers and I have a cigarette going. Wonder what my problem is. Laugh at life, I'm right with you. Gotta mute again. But I use the medical marijuana too. So, but I use a float pen when I can, when the vials are on sale. Otherwise, the flowers are a lot cheaper. My mom always says when she smoked her menthols, it helped her breathe better. Oh my god, a menthol that would they're strong. Though I've heard that. I've heard other people say that. You're glad I called? Yeah. You were respectful and did not dig into Dre's life while getting the info to prove Spanky wrong. Yeah, that's what I wanted to make sure I didn't do. I tried to be very careful. And like I said, she would have answered me because it's a matter of public record. She said that. But I am really loving this new mic and headset. It is really, and it's. I was worried because of the 9 brain surgeries I had, the nerve damage I had, that it would irritate me and hurt. But it is so comfortable, and it works. I smoked since 18, been asthmatic since 2. Yep, me too. Kathy, can I ask you a question? Was it hard to start over raising children at such a young age that they are? Oh, Brittany, yes. I'm not going to lie. I hadn't had small kids around for a long time since I had my goddaughters for 7 years. Aaliyah was only a week old. Maya was a year old when I got them. But I didn't have legal custody, so mom could come and get them. And she did after 7 years. But anyway, I hadn't, and it broke my heart. They were my girls. They were our girls. Um, but I had 13. They called me and did our background checks. They did our drug testing. Um, Hours later, I had children. Mind you, I had nothing for children because it had been several years, and my goddaughters are teenagers. um, so I had nothing for children, and when they come with DCF, they come with very little or next to nothing. It was crazy, and they didn't. We were strangers. They didn't know us. They didn't know who we were, and they didn't prepare me for what I was going to see. And I was so nervous. I was out in the driveway pacing up and down the driveway, waiting for this caseworker to bring these two kids that don't know me. And it's 7:30 at night by the time they got here because he had to be discharged and brought up from Orlando from the hospital, and then they had to go to the courthouse um, for the process to be, the judge to put him in emergency care and put him in our custody and stuff. And it was like 7:30 at night when they finally got here, and I opened up that corridor and I looked at that baby when I went to get him out of the car seat. They didn't tell me. And I guess it just didn't dawn on me. Being medical, I should have known. But I just didn't, I was just so nervous about even having kids. But his face, oh my God, it was so bruised from the skull fracture. It was awful. It was awful. I cried. I couldn't even imagine hurting an 18-month-old baby like that. Yeah. But they've been with us 3.5, going on 4 years. They are ours permanently. But it's a big adjustment. I mean, I'm not young no more. Oh, you put Cash in timeout already? Cash likes his timeouts. You think we ought to give him a wrench so he can time everybody out? And it's still there's still some days where I just like, oh, it can be a lot. It can. And she's mild ADHD, and I'm starting to wonder if he's not gonna follow suit. Which it's a messed up situation, but they're good. They're thriving. She does fantastic in school. She loves dance. She's good at it. This girl is talented. She loves to draw and make things. She loves making jewelry. But she will sit down with pieces of paper and a glue stick and some markers and a pair of scissors, and she will build a whole town out of paper. And it stands up and actually works. She will make slides with steps and everything. I mean, she's just, you can take any Lego kit, give it to her, and she will sit down and build that Lego kit. I can't get nowhere with them damn kits. Oh, Cash likes to be timed out. Cash went boom boom. He likes he likes to time people out. I think it just thrills him. And one day my channel will continue growing, and I'll need all the mods I can get, and Cash can just time out away. My little one, when they hear me say timeout, they ask me if I'm putting you guys in timeout, like I put them in timeout. Oh, and then they asked me if when they asked me if I was in the bushes, I about died. I died laughing. And Mommy Kathy, are you in the bushes again? I'm like, how do you even know about that? Kids are great at that. My BFF son is on the spectrum. He can do those ginormous Lego kits. Yeah. She is so talented. I mean, and creative. Even, all her teachers have said they said, I wish I could take my mind where she does. And like I said, she'll take 3 or 4 pieces of paper out of the copier, just copy paper, and she'll build a whole freaking town. She built a whole playground for her LOL dolls. Now she has the LOL house because the girl's addicted to LOLs and Polly Pockets. And she built them a whole playground out of paper, and it was functioning. They could actually use the slide. And I was just blown away. I was watching her, and I'm like, well, we got to go buy some more glue sticks. We're out of glue sticks again, but okay. Cash got me 3 times in a row in nonsenses one day. Did he, T? The neurodivergent always has a special gift. They just need someone to give them the courage to find it. Yeah. Oh, I tell her, my motto is, now my girl goes to school on point, okay? She got to look good. That's just, I truly believe if she feels good and feels happy with the way she looks, she'll have it start the day off right. But she's always got to be on point. That's just my rules. Both of them do. And I don't care what time I got to get up and what I got to do. They're going to go looking good. But she has not lost an earring yet. She's 7.5. She's not lost an earring. She's never lost a piece of her jewelry. And she makes a lot of it with her bead kits because she loves to make jewelry. But I always tell her, you just got to, every morning, we look in the bathroom in the mirror when we're doing her hair. And I tell her how beautiful and smart and talented she is and to be the best symphony she can be. That's her motto now. She says it all the time. I'm a great bonus mama. I didn't time you out, Cash, but you know what? I know you like to time people out. So you know what? There you go. You can time out away, Cash. I put a wrench on you. I think you needed a payback. Someone says you like timed them out 3 times in a row. And I think you got Helen a couple times too. My daughter got on my Snapchat and said, F Molly. I had no idea. A friend sent me a message asking who was Molly. I had to finish laughing before I got on to her. I hear you. Hey, she was honest though. Got to give her the honesty. Kathy P's on. Look out, people. Cash got another wrench. Yeah, she was only 4, Brittany. She wasn't even completely potty trained. It only took me 30 days. I did it with stickers. We had a chart. I did stickers every morning. Easy peasy. She got a reward. I do a treasure box. And you're just messing with cats. Who knows? Maybe she'll grow up and be some type of engineer or creative in the way she can build things. I mean, she don't even look at the books half the time with them Lego kids. It amazes me. I can't figure none of that crap out. Then she has these other things. She calls them her rolly sticks, but you can build, twist and turn them and bend them, whatever. And you can, for whatever you're building. And she will build wagons with and cars and houses. And I just look at her like, yeah, I can't do none of that. I told you you're not wrong, but you're not allowed to say that. Yeah, it does. And that's why I encourage her. I love that she's so creative. Now, when it comes to her clothing, she likes to put some wild stuff together. So that I do intervene a little bit with. But okay. My kids potty trained at 4, didn't want to stress them out. Someone told me you can't force it. It wasn't because she wasn't ready. It was no parenting. I mean, at 4, her teeth, 8 of them were nothing but black stubs. That's how rotted they were. So we had to have dental surgery. I had to have her eye. She's had eye surgery, which turned out fantastic. I mean, I hounded that surgeon for a year because they didn't take, at the time, they were still in the system, so they had to use medical assistance. We weren't allowed to put them on my husband's insurance at that time. Um, so they didn't take new patients with Medicaid. I hounded them for a year because I knew he was one of the best in the field and I didn't want nothing to happen to her eyes. And he finally agreed and he did her surgery. And most kids have to have it done twice. She doesn't. It went so well. It's perfect. I mean, she still needs glasses, but her eyes are fixed completely. Not even a little shit. Nothing. Dallas was easy. He was so easy. I think it's because of Sissy. But Dallas was easy to get. But when you get armed by the wrench, I hide. Honestly, y'all trouble causers watching. Yes. Well, just continue in that vein. Jesus. My daughter is 8 and has had issues since birth with constipation now with holds and it presses on her bladder. So, oh, yeah, that's a whole different ball game. My little niece went through that. It's awful. Storecaser's mom says I'm not in trouble with a super wrench. What's a super wrench? Is there a super wrench? Is there one I don't know about? Dookie Doo. Sir Duke wants in the house. Y'all hear him? What are you doing? Come here. Come here. He looks, he could be, if Nonsense's cat, Kiki, was 20 to 25 pounds bigger, heavier, and Duke's the size, big boned, they could be twins. Okay, Sir Duke, you win. I'll let you in. Go ahead. Go in. If I don't let him in, he'll just bite me. He just walks up and takes a damn bite. He don't care. I don't give that to no one in my channel. You have to earn that. What earn what? Kiki's a fucking psycho, to be honest. You should see Sir Duke. He's bigger than most people's dogs, but he's just a naturally big cat. I mean, he's big boned. But he's bigger than most people's lap dogs. Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to remove it and redo it. All right. Now I'm going to redo it. Done. Done, T. Um, why does that make a difference? Because I don't know. So you guys have to tell me. I didn't know if it made a difference. Oh, yes. T. Kelly's earned it. Yeah, my daughter's illness caused my son to wet to bed every time she had to stay. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I couldn't imagine these two being separated. They are so close. And they fight like cats and dogs already. But they are so close. I couldn't. I mean, if we have to go somewhere with one of them, which is rare, that we don't take them both because, I don't know, I never leave them with the babysitter, honestly. Um, it constant. Where's Sissy? Where's Sissy? Where's Sissy? What time's Sissy coming? Just like when he would get home from school, because he would get home at lunchtime, she didn't get home till late in the afternoon. He'd probably ask 100 times till she got home. They're really close, and I'm glad they're close. I hope that stays that way. I want them to be there for each other. Because let's face it, I'm not a spring chicken, neither is my husband. So, and unfortunately, they have family that's 30 minutes away. They have a grandmother and an aunt who could have taken them, who's half my age, and, they has no kids, big house, could have taken them, but didn't want them. They don't bother. And after a year and a half, I got tired of trying to force it. You can't force it. So, sadly, they won't know their grandparents. And I can't change that. I've tried. Um, my son's 5 and my daughter's 7.5. My my kids are 4 years apart since his birth. They have been very close. It makes me so happy. Yeah, they are very close. But he's all boy. I tried to get him to get to see if he take it, do dance too. Oh dear Lord! I took him into the studio because he would go with me sometimes on Saturdays. He turned around and looked at me. He said, "Nope, no football, no soccer ball, can't hit nobody. Buy money," and he ran out the door. He wants nothing to do with it. 16 years apart. Helen, God bless you. He's all about soccer and football. You don't tie nobody out anymore, Cash? And they both swim like fish. It's unbelievable. So, what do you guys think about this sub thing, man? Do you really think that the Navy was purposely hiding information? I think they needed some kind of confirmation, some type of proof before they could put. I don't know. That's just my husband was in the Navy, and that's what he said. They would need confirmation before they stand up there and I don't know. But was that giving people false hope by saying, they had so many hours of oxygen left? I don't know. I know I wouldn't spend 250K to go down in that thing, but that's just me. Each to his own. The sub implosion, they had it, yeah. I Come on, they knew that the chances of any survival was slim to none. Was zero, really, honestly. Let's be honest. Um, but I don't think they could speak without having some type of concrete confirmation because that's just how the government works. That's just how the military is. Do I think they did hear things? Probably. I think they needed to find some debris to confirm it. So sad. Yeah, they needed some proof. There's no conspiracy, just sad. Yeah, I don't think it's a conspiracy either. I know, and people are coming off the wall with these conspiracy theories about it, and that's insane. Yeah, they needed to confirm that. That was what my opinion was. That sure they could speculate and say, I mean, and being that it is the Navy and they deal with that and the Coast Guard, but they're not going to come and say, well, you know, and speculate. They're going to wait until they have some type of confirmation. Oh, and that story I did the other day on that Colleen Ballinger. Oh my God, the stuff that is coming out, them weenies, them ex weenies are coming forward, and more is being released. In fact, I'm putting together something to do a part two on that because there's just so much and so much more keeps coming out. It's worse than the first part I put out. I don't get these parents. I would never take my children to see her. That is not funny satire. And wait till you see these videos of the stuff she does with animals. Hmm. Bad enough she goes after the kids, but just, yeah. I don't get how this woman's gotten away with it and for so long. Yeah, I was in Rabbit's chat and I was giving her information because I'd already covered it and did a live on it. That article was mild compared to what's out there, though. It really is. and there was things they didn't touch on. Like I said, I'm getting screenshots of the weenies chats. It's unfreaking believable that a grown ass married woman with children was talking to 12 to 15-year olds in the way she was. And in my opinion, grooming them kids. I mean, I'm not asking a 13, 14-year old what's her favorite position. I'm just not doing it. You don't like that story, T. I know. It's sad, but you know what? It's got to be told. I watched on replay so she doesn't have her chats up. Leave her chats up. Yeah. Atmosphere, you don't look old enough to be a mother. Oh, Cash, that's so sweet. That's sweet of you. Oh, this cat. He just threw a fit to get in. Now he's throwing a fit to get out. You're not coming back out, Sir Duke. He thinks he's outside, but they call them bird cages down here. It's a big screened in room around your pool and patio. I'm not a freaking bird, so I don't call it a bird cage. But he thinks he's outside, but he can't really get outside. But my cat's leash trained. I know, I'm crazy, but he is. He's bigger than most people's dogs around here, so, you know. Look at you looking at me. You want to bite me, don't you? You're not. Cash. Uh, two fluffy pillows, and I'm out like a light bulb. I'm too old. It's funny when young ones call the same age aunt and uncle when my daughter just a few years younger. Yeah, I was next to the youngest of a family at 13, so I get that. Unfortunately, I lost my little brother. I call him because he's always will be my little brother. He was in his 30s, but he's still my little brother to leukemia. So that's why the Mallory shit with St. Jude's really hit hard for me. Um, but I have sisters and brothers that are in their 80s. You know, I have nieces and nephews that are in their 40s, pushing 50. It's crazy. My mom told me she had so many kids because they didn't have TV back then. That's what she always told me. Ever since you said Sir Duke, Stevie Wonder's song is in my head. I call him Sir Duke. He's the Dukester. He's crazy. He got a personality like no other. He walks around on his back paws, standing straight up. I got to get a video of it to show you guys. This cat is crazy. Telling you orange tabbies are nuts. That's why Kiki's so crazy. Oh, look, now he's pissed. He's going to go attack something. He gets mad and attacks his toys. And I have a Brindle Pit mix. He's a big dog. You know, he don't mess with that cat. He don't mess with Sir Duke. And I rescued both of them. That's why the Mallory stuff was hard for me. And I can't forgive that. I refuse to forgive that. I also had a niece and nephew that were St. Jude's kids. So, can't forgive that. Sir Duke, you're going to hurt your paws. Chill out. No, because you want to bite me. Oh, he's talking up a storm. All right, you win. You win. You win. Come on. Come on. You're going right back in. It's bedtime, cat. That cat wakes me up at 5 o'clock in the morning, on right in my bedroom doorway to come out on the patio. He's freaking insane. And he thinks he's hunting. He can't get out of the damn room, but he thinks he's doing something. I cried when I found out I was pregnant. My husband had had a vasectomy. However, 2 months after she was born, he suddenly passed away. So I say she was God's way of keeping me from being all alone. Oh, Helen. You know what? That's true. I get it. That's a miracle. But vasectomies are not always 100%. I wanted a baseball team. I wanted enough to have my own sports team, but it just wasn't in the cards. What made you mad, Cash? Mine's the position holding the whip, even though you asked Kathy. T, you're crazy. Mallory's still laughing about that stunt. Yeah, it's her best content of 2023, she said on YouTube. Oh, that's good, Helen. See? I'm glad. Oh, she was pissed because Mallory was pissed because she felt that she wasn't getting the response she should have from her subs, that she wasn't getting the likes and the super chats and the PayPals and the cash apps, because after she got that big whopping money order and bragged about it, people slowed down giving her daily goal. And she was walking on the beach, and when you're her size, it can be a lot of energy, a lot to do, because walking in the sand, and she was just pissed. But you notice she said she wasn't going to do it anymore. But what did she do? Come live again. She didn't private it. She took down the one she said she wasn't going to do lives anymore, that it was only going to be members only. And once in a while she'd post a video for the public. Or she took that down. And then she said she was sick. And that's why she couldn't stream for a couple days. And then, yeah. It was all grift. It was all to get her subs, because she was pissed. She didn't feel like she was getting the attention she deserved. Oh, she pulled a Molly. You guys better Evan super chat me, or I'm not giving you nothing. Exactly, Starry Night. Exactly. I don't watch that dumpster Muppet. Yeah. I haven't. Dark Triad. They are all sick. Yeah. It's crazy. Well, guys, I've been on here a lot longer than I planned. It was supposed to be a quick live because I just wanted to share what I found out and share that phone call. I still don't know who they were talking to, but it damn sure wasn't the medical examiner's office in that county. Y'all heard it for yourselves. They don't even have employees by those names. So I don't know who they were talking to, but I know they weren't talking to the medical examiner's office. And unfortunately, it is public information, and any Joe Blow can call and get it. I just chose not to ask it. Oh, anyone wanting a timeout? Oh, there he goes. Her subs were probably broke considering they paid for her trip. Exactly. I don't watch Mel, but heard about it in Queen Bees. I think, yeah, she's, I don't really pay much attention to her unless someone's saying something that she's doing, then I'll go check it out. But other than that, nope, I don't. Um, I, I can't with that one. Better hurry, Cash. You want to be timed out, Cash? Oh, God. I love dragging trans people, but boy, if she was my first experience, that might be different. Yeah. Cash, poor Cash, got put in another timeout. Um, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to sound like I'm bashing her because I'm not. I'm coming. But in my opinion, never mind. I won't say it. Damn, that's hard not to say. I have serious questions about that issue with her. I just do. And I've showed people her, and they were like, nah, nah. She's not in our community. Nah. And they had questions too. They didn't feel, yeah, you whipped him. All right, guys. I really appreciate you all coming in and hanging with me. I know we just been talking crap this. Hey, Rachel. I know we just been talking crap this last little bit, but I really did just want to play you that phone call and let you hear for yourselves. You make up your own minds. I just want to put it out there. He asked for it, did he? Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate you coming in. Okay, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not subbed, sub up. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see you next time. Night, all.